Existential angst about your life, where it's headed, you might be in what some call a midlife crisis.
But what exactly does that mean? An existential angst about where your life is headed? Can't that happen at any age?
Right, that's true.
Heard of a quarter life crisis? We're going to dig into all of them. Licensed clinical social worker and author Kelly Kitley joins us now. Hey, Kelly. So when people hear that, I think a lot of times they're thinking about specifically a middle-aged man who wants a sports car, a divorce, or something like that. But what characterizes a midlife crisis?
Good afternoon, Savannah and Vicki. Thank you for saying that, because the media can portray that image.
Yeah.
And really, midlife crisis can affect people between the ages of 40 and 60. And it can be both men and women. And actually, it affects about 10 to 20% of the population.
Wow.
And oftentimes, it can just be a transition in life. It is not a medical diagnosis, but it is a psychological viewpoint on how we view where we may be at a certain point in our life.
What is it that triggers this crisis or triggers you to think this psychologically? What are signs that you are experiencing this?
Sure. So sometimes it's when we hit a certain age or a milestone. People get nervous about big numbers, 40, 50, 60. If you're recognizing that maybe you're feeling a little more nostalgic or let down, or a trigger could be a job loss or aging parents. You may be empty nesters for the first time and really feeling like you are having potentially some regrets or feelings of loss that maybe you're not where you wanted to be.
Okay.
Yeah, again, I think something that a lot of people can relate to for sure. Okay, so what's the best way, though, and this is a big one, because like I said at the top, I think that this is kind of what people think might come along with it is damaging relationships or choosing to leave them. How can you avoid doing that or kind of try to hold on to those people while you're going through something like this?
Sure. So communication is key, and being able to express what's going on for yourself. Oftentimes we're ashamed or embarrassed and don't want to let other people know how we're feeling. It's temporary. This too shall pass. So really be asking for added support and help from family members, friends, or even coworkers. You can let them know you're just going through a hard time. You don't have to be specific.
Yeah, ask those questions and also seek professional help if you need it, right, Kelly?
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
That is absolutely most important. And certainly if somebody carries over into feeling more symptoms of anxiety or depression or struggling with impulses and maybe spending too much money or buying that motorcycle or that Porsche you can't afford, it is important to really change your perspective and your narrative. You can write it down on your own, and you can certainly seek professional help.
All right, Kelly Kitley, we so appreciate it. Next time we'll have you on to talk about quarter life crises.
Yeah.
That's like a thing happening, right?
It's totally a thing.
It is, I mean, John Mayer wrote a song about it, you know, any major life transition.
If John Mayer said so. No, but it is, I think, because it's that same feeling of have I accomplished enough, and especially with social media, like we like to say here, we compare,
and despair.
Yeah, care too much, compare, and then we despair. We'll unpack that another time.
Yeah,
we're going to make
we'll
sure.
leave it to the experts. Kelly Kitley, thank you so much.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Columbia